Today is Friday, January 22nd. Leo Tolstoy once said, "The two most powerful warriors are patience and time." And that is something to think about. Today's Seahawk forecast calls for cloudy with periods of rain, high at 58 degrees. Chance of rain, 100%. This evening, rain showers early with mostly cloudy conditions late, low of 46. Chance of rain, 50%. Please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance, School Creed, and Moment of Silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As a coastal Seahawk, I will show respect for everyone. I will be open-minded. I will accept responsibility for my actions, and I will reflect on my choices. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. You may be seated. Today is a B-Day. Every Thursday and Friday are B-Days.
Here's a look at this day in history. January 22nd.
Today in 1901, Britain's Queen Victoria died after 63 years on the throne. In 1970, the Boeing 747 went into service. Today in 1973, the Supreme Court announced its decision in Roe v. Wade, striking down most anti-abortion laws as unconstitutional. And on this date in 1998, Theodore Kaczynski pleaded guilty to the bombings that had earned him the nickname the Unabomber. Over 17 years, the math professor turned recluse mailed homemade bombs to people that he thought represented an overly technological society. After 3 deaths, 23 injuries, and one of the most expensive investigations in FBI history, Kaczynski was turned in by his brother. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. And that's this day in history.
For the next several days, our Media Center will give you some tips on how to use Sora, the student reading app.
Welcome to this session on managing your titles in Sora. This includes borrowing titles, returning titles before the due date, and placing holds on titles. In Sora, once you find a title you'd like to borrow, tap the cover to go to the Details page and then tap Borrow. Or, if you found the title through a search, like I have, you can borrow right from the search results page. Tapping Borrow will open the book right away. You can close the book by tapping Close in the upper left-hand corner to return to the main Sora experience anytime. Return to your most recently opened title by tapping on the orb at the bottom of the Sora screen. You'll see that circle filled in with the cover details from that title. Your school will determine how many titles you can have checked out at the same time. If you reach your limit, you'll need to return one of your titles before you can check out another. Digital titles return automatically at the end of the due date. You can see your due date clearly on the Shelf tab in Sora. That information is also available in the title's options or wherever the title appears in your search results. If you'd like to return or renew a title, tap on the Options link for that title. There, you'll see an option to renew if the title is due in 3 days or less, and if it's not on hold for someone else. If it is on hold for someone else, you'll be prompted to add yourself to the holds list. If you'd like to return a title early, tap Return, and then Confirm. Please note, you cannot early return or renew a title assignment. Digital titles are much like physical books. They may be checked out to someone else, and in that case, you'd need to place a hold. If you see a book you'd like to place on hold, simply tap Place Hold to be automatically added to the wait list. A clock icon next to the jacket cover will give you an approximate idea of your wait time based on the number of copies your digital library owns and the number of people waiting to read it. Once you place a hold, you can track that hold on the Shelf tab and even see options for editing or canceling that hold. You can even read a sample while you're waiting. When a hold becomes available, you'll see an in-app notification, and you can control what happens next. If you tap the notification bell in the upper right-hand corner, you can choose to borrow if you're ready to borrow it right away. This title will remain available for a 3-day pickup period. If you're not ready to borrow yet, you can tap Get It Later. This will freeze the hold and pass the book on to the next person in line. After 7 days, you'll be able to borrow the book when the next copy becomes available. If you take no action, the hold will automatically be frozen one time for 7 days. If no action is taken a second time, the hold will be canceled automatically. Please note that that one-time courtesy freeze is not yet available for holds placed at the public library, but may be added in a future update. Thanks for reviewing how to borrow, place and manage holds, and renew titles before the expiration date in Sora. Happy reading!
Students, due to our virtual learning environment, we need your help in completing our yearbook. We need your picture. Please have someone in your family take your picture and submit it. The link is provided in the parent newsletter and on our social media. Please know this is your class portrait. We ask that it be school-appropriate clothing in compliance with the Code of Conduct. No hand signals. It should only be your shoulders and head, just like you would be posing if you were in school to have your portrait done. If you have any questions, you may email them to carrie.sanders@sccpss.com. The deadline to submit your pictures is February 12th.